Hey there, Shannon Roberts here. Welcome to day 22, I believe, of the Beyond Glory School. This is likely going to be the last video that I share and that I post. The Lord has just really been speaking to my heart to pull away from everything, really. When I went on vacation about a month ago, I knew that there was a turning point. I knew that there were things that were changing, and initially I was pulling away from social media. I sensed, with the permission, I guess, to be able to post videos as I got into this glory school topic of glory. And over the weekend, it's just been stirred in my heart more and more to pull away from everything. To just really pull away from everything and to just nestle and snuggle up to the Lord right now. We don't talk about this a lot, but the Lord is really going deep in my heart right now and dealing with a lot of things that He wants to deal with in secret and in private and in the comfort of my intimacy with Him. And so I'm going to press into that and allow Him to do that work. I really have no idea how long He needs to take or how long it's going to take for me to cooperate and come into the fullness of whatever it is he has for me and what He needs to bring to my attention. I just know that I don't want to ignore Him, and I don't want to run away and hide in productivity, in generating something, in the name of ministry. I have no doubt that people can still be ministered to, but if He's calling me to allow Him to minister to me right now, I have to listen to that. I have to follow Him, and I have to obey that. And so that's what I'm choosing to do. Today's verses were Psalm 30, verse 12, Psalm 45, verse 3, and Psalm 49, 16, and 17. And actually, Psalm 45, verse 3 is where I felt like my heart was arrested because of the imagery that the Lord was speaking to my heart the past couple of days. 45, verse 3, put on your sword, O mighty warrior. You are so glorious, so majestic. So the other day I was just having kind of a rough time of things, and I was in a place where I felt like, God, do you ever get exasperated with my need to come to you in this way and just need you to comfort me? And it's as though Holy Spirit spoke to my heart and said, you need to see yourself the way I see you. I see you as a mighty warrior. Now, He's been speaking this to my heart for a while now, and it's like He's saying, I don't see you as that girl or that woman who is curled up in fetal position on the floor and who has to drag herself into my presence just so I can comfort her. I actually see you, Shanon, as the mighty woman warrior that I have risen you up to be, and I want you to come in as though you're coming in to seek your commander, seek your general. He's the general of armies, right? And He's the general of angels. So He's the general of us, and He gives us the command. He gives us the instruction. And so it was as if Holy Spirit was speaking to my heart. I want to see you come into my presence with the confidence of, okay, sir, okay, Lord, I have fulfilled the assignment for the past day or 3 days. What's the next assignment? And just come in for a reviving, rather than constantly feeling like you have to be swooped in, picked up, dusted off, and everything be made fine. And so that imagery is just really speaking to my heart right now. It has me not somber, but I'm just really weighted with it. Like, there's a glory to that vision for me, and I'm just really pressing into that. So when I read Psalm 45, verse 3, and it says, put on your sword, O mighty warrior, I'm like, He's speaking to my heart. He's like saying, okay, Shanon, this is it. This is time. Because I don't know if you recall, I think I shared it here, but the Lord spoke to me about being a warrior, being a mighty woman warrior who was standing. And when she took a step, peace just was like blasted out from around that place. And the people who were lost were seeing and were being amazed. And those that she was guarding, protecting, and to help build up, they were then being fortified. So I feel like he's saying to my heart, just let me minister to you, let me fortify you, let me build you up, pull away from all voices, all distractions, all things. The other thing he's speaking to my heart is, yes, at the end of this life, I want to hear, well done, good and faithful servant. But I also want my husband and I want my children to be there with me someday. And he's speaking to my heart of, yes, minister for the one, yes, minister for the many. But I really want you to minister to your home. And admittedly, this is something that I've wrestled with for the past 5 years. If you've seen my blog post from the other day, this has been a 5-year journey. And I've really been learning the things that I would love to have learned growing up, but I didn't. That wasn't the case for me. And so it's now like I've graduated, if you will, and it's time to just live out what God has been building and instructing me in for the past 5 years, and live that out in my home, live that out in my marriage, live that out with my children, and then allow Him to just minister through me. And the day-to-day, we're so convinced that we have to have some big platform, that we have to have some big following, some big ministry, and that's simply not true. The Lord just wants us to be open vessels that He can flow through every single day in the day-to-day, and that's something that I have to embrace, and one of the things that God is really digging deep and dealing with me in. So, full disclosure, maybe a little uncomfortable and awkward transparency, but I'm sharing that so perhaps you can understand the call for me to just pull away and nestle with Him right now and allow Him to do what He needs to do. I can only believe, and I'm convinced that it's for everyone's benefit, mine and my family, and anyone who might continue to be ministered to through my life. So I just want to leave you with that. Continue on, press in, press on right where God has you, and know that He will be glorified when we listen to Him, when we obey Him, when we love as He calls us to love, when we pull away as He calls us to pull away, we rest when He calls us to rest, and when we fight when He calls us to fight. The key is being close to His heart, listening to what He has to say, and then acting on what He's saying. So with that, take care, God bless, and I'm sure I'll see you sometime in the future.